Steel Rising. For $5, you get a full-blown Souls-like set in an alternate history French Revolution. You play as a ridiculously cool robot tearing through mechanical armies. The combat feels heavy and satisfying. If you like min-maxing your builds and perfectly timing your dodges, this one absolutely slaps. The environments look incredibly gritty and dark. It's an absolute steal at 90% off. Pick this up if you want a solid challenge without breaking the bank. Watch Dogs 2. Ubisoft actually nailed the open-world hacker vibe with this one. San Francisco looks absolutely stunning and feels totally alive. You can hack literally anything to cause massive chaos in the streets. The parkour is buttery smooth, and sneaking around using drones never gets old. For less than $8, there are hundreds of hours of content here. If you somehow missed this back in the day, grab it right now and go mess with some traffic lights. Anno 1800. This is the ultimate city builder for anyone who loves getting lost in spreadsheets and supply chains. You start with a tiny farming village and build it into a massive industrial empire. The graphics are insanely detailed. You can zoom all the way in and watch your citizens working. It's dangerously addictive. Say goodbye to your weekend because you'll be up until 3 a.m. tweaking your trade routes. At $15, this is a no-brainer for strategy fans. Far Cry 5. Sometimes you just want to turn off your brain and blow stuff up. This game gives you a massive map in Montana filled with crazy cultists to take down. You can recruit a bear named Cheeseburger to fight alongside you. That alone makes it worth the $9. The gunplay feels super punchy, and the chaotic co-op mode is pure comedy. If you need a gorgeous open-world sandbox to mess around in, don't skip this massive discount. Paradise. Imagine a survival crafting game where you can literally capture zombies and make them do your chores. You can strap armor on them and have them fight for you. It's pure jank in the best way possible. The co-op is totally unhinged and hilarious. Building a base while your undead army defends it feels incredibly rewarding. For $6, this is the perfect weird weekend game to play with your friends. It's totally unique and surprisingly deep. Hell is Us. This game gives off serious sleeper hit energy. It's an action-adventure game with zero hand-holding, no waypoints and no glowing trails telling you where to go. You have to actually use your brain to explore a super creepy war-torn country. The creature design is straight-up nightmare fuel. Combat is brutal and requires total focus. If you're tired of games treating you like a baby, this 50% discount is your excuse to try something hardcore. WRC Generations. This is for the hardcore racing fans who want to feel every bump in the dirt. The handling physics here are ridiculously good. You'll be drifting around tight corners on snowy mountain roads, sweating bullets. The car models look photorealistic, and the engine sounds will rattle your desk. At $8, it's the cheapest way to experience premium rally racing. Grab your steering wheel controller and get ready to completely ruin your tires on these insane tracks. RoboCop Rogue City. You literally just walk slowly through Detroit and obliterate bad guys with a massively overpowered pistol. The gore system is top tier, and shooting up entire rooms of enemies feels incredibly satisfying. It perfectly captures the gritty vibe of the original movies. It's not some crazy bloated RPG, it's just pure, focused, heavy shooting action. At $15, this is exactly what you need to blow off some steam after a long day at work. Pro Cycling Manager 25. Okay, this sounds super niche, but management game fans will totally eat this up. You control every single aspect of a professional cycling team. You're managing stamina, drafting strategies, and team finances. It's definitely grindy, but watching your underdog rider win a massive stage feels so good. The sheer depth of the simulation is mind-blowing. If you want a strategy game completely outside the usual genres, $12 is a massive steal for this one. Session Skate Sim. Forget the arcade feeling of Tony Hawk. This is a pure, punishing simulation. You control each foot with a different thumbstick. It takes real practice to land even a basic kickflip, but when you finally string a combo together, it's pure euphoria. The physics are insane, and the street spots look exactly like real life. For $10, this is a massive win for anyone who loves extreme sports games and refuses to have their hand held. Taxi Life, a city driving simulator. You get to drive around a highly detailed recreation of Barcelona picking up passengers. It sounds basic, but it's surprisingly cozy. You have to manage traffic, keep your car clean, and deal with grumpy customers. The city looks incredibly vibrant and alive. It's the perfect game to just throw on a podcast and chill out. $12 is a fantastic price for a game that just lets you vibe and drive for hours on end. Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. Racing around a 1-to-1 scale of Hong Kong Island is just a massive flex. The map is ridiculously huge and packed with secrets. Buying fancy clothes and flexing in luxury cars at the social hubs brings back that classic MMO racing feel. The graphics are flashy and the sense of speed is totally solid. For $15, you're getting a massive open-world playground to just cruise around in with your friends. Architect Life, a house design simulator. If you spent most of your time in The Sims just building houses, this is built exactly for you. You get full control over drawing floor plans, picking materials, and dealing with client budgets. It's basically HGTV, the video game. Placing down furniture and seeing a messy plot turn into a dream home absolutely scratches that creative itch. Grab this for $12 and lose your entire weekend just picking out the perfect kitchen tiles. Ambulance Life. This is pure high-stakes stress in the best way possible. You're weaving through heavy city traffic with your sirens blasting to reach emergencies. Once you get there, you actually have to triage patients and apply first aid. It's a really cool mix of driving simulation and management. The tension of trying to beat the clock to save a life is unmatched. For $12, it's a completely fresh take on the standard driving sim genre. Raven's Watch. This is a top-down roguelite that absolutely rules in co-op mode. You play as dark, twisted versions of classic fairy tale characters. The combat is fast, punchy, and demands quick reflexes. You only have a few days to level up before the nightmare boss spawns, so the pacing is totally frantic. Every run feels fresh because of all the crazy upgrades you can find. For $12, you and your buddies will easily sink 50 hours into this one.
Far Cry 6. You get to run around a massive tropical island overthrowing a dictator using totally improvised weapons. One of your guns literally shoots CDs while playing the Macarena. It's totally ridiculous and totally fun. The graphics are seriously gorgeous, and the gunplay is exactly what you expect from the series. Sneaking into heavily guarded bases and causing absolute mayhem never gets old. For $15, this is a massive amount of sandbox chaos that you simply cannot pass up. War Hospital. Managing a World War I field hospital is exactly as stressful as it sounds. You're constantly low on supplies and making brutal moral choices about who gets treatment. It's a super heavy management game that does not pull its punches. The atmosphere is totally bleak, and the gameplay is punishing. If you love games like Frostpunk that force you into tough situations, this is a must-play. For $3, it's literally the price of a cheap coffee. Gangs of Sherwood. This is a super fast-paced co-op action game where you play as high-tech versions of Robin Hood and his crew. You string together massive combos to destroy heavily armored soldiers and steal their gold. The combat is buttery smooth and totally chaotic. Trying to get the highest score on a level with your friends is insanely fun. It's $4 right now. Just skip your energy drink today and buy this absolute banger instead. Chef Life, a restaurant simulator. This is not some cheap mobile cooking game. This is a hardcore kitchen simulation where you build a menu, prep ingredients, and try to earn a Michelin star. You have to monitor cooking times while managing your staff so nothing burns. When the dinner rush hits, the panic is very real. The food models look incredibly delicious. For less than $5, this is the ultimate test to see if you can handle the heat of the kitchen. Edge of Eternity. This is a massive love letter to classic Japanese RPGs. You get huge open environments, a turn-based combat system with tactical grid movement, and a totally epic soundtrack. The world design is super unique, blending magic with weird sci-fi technology. It's a bit janky in places, but the pure heart behind this game is obvious. If you love grinding out levels and exploring massive worlds, getting this 50-hour journey for under $5 is a crazy deal. Garden Life, a cozy simulator. Sometimes you just need to chill out and plant some flowers. This game has a totally gorgeous, painterly art style that looks amazing on screen. There's no grid system, so you can place your plants totally naturally. Watching your tiny seeds grow into a massive, colorful garden is incredibly relaxing. It's the perfect cozy game to play on a rainy afternoon. For under $9, it's a great way to lower your blood pressure. Clash: Artifacts of Chaos. This game looks like a weird punk rock comic book come to life. The art style is totally wild, and the hand-to-hand combat is extremely crunchy. You play as a strange martial arts master protecting a tiny creature from scary bounty hunters. You even play a dice game before fights to decide the rules of the match. It's a super bizarre sleeper hit that totally flew under the radar. For $3, you have to try it. Ad Infinitum. This is pure psychological horror set during World War I. You bounce between muddy trenches and a creepy haunted mansion. The atmosphere is totally suffocating, and the monster designs are incredibly unsettling. It messes with your head and relies on serious tension instead of just cheap jump scares. The sound design alone will make you want to keep the lights on. If you want to be totally terrified for just $3, this is the scary game for you. Mordheim: City of the Damned. This is a brutal tactical RPG set in the Warhammer universe. You build a warband and fight in ruined city streets for magical shards. The combat is totally unforgiving. If your guys die in battle, they are dead forever. It's super grindy and punishing, but building up a squad of absolute killers feels amazing. The dark fantasy vibe is spot on. For $2, you're getting a massive amount of hardcore tactical gameplay. Werewolf: The Apocalypse: Earthblood. You play as a massive, angry werewolf tearing through greedy corporate soldiers. You can sneak around in human form, but the real fun is shifting into a giant beast and throwing enemies across the room. The combat is raw, bloody, and totally satisfying. It definitely has some old-school action game jank, but ripping apart mechs with your bare claws absolutely rules. $3 is pocket change for a game that lets you cause this much carnage. Styx: Master of Shadows. This is a pure hardcore stealth game. You play as a sarcastic goblin who can't fight his way out of a paper bag. You have to stick to the shadows, extinguish torches, and use vertical platforming to sneak past guards. It rewards patience and careful planning. The level design is massive and gives you tons of ways to reach your target. If you miss old-school stealth mechanics, $2 is an absolute steal for this hidden gem. Rogue Book. If you liked Slay the Spire, you'll completely lose your mind over this deck builder. You control two heroes at the same time, swapping them between front and back rows to block attacks. The map exploration uses a cool painting mechanic that makes every run feel totally fresh. Building broken combos and melting bosses is insanely satisfying. The art style is super colorful and pops right off the screen. For $2.50, say goodbye to your free time. Against the Storm. This completely breaks the rules of city builders by mixing it with a roguelite. Instead of building one massive city forever, you build tiny settlements to survive crazy magical rainstorms, then move on. It completely removes the boring late-game waiting that plagues other strategy games. You're constantly making tough choices and trying to keep your villagers happy. It's a total masterpiece and incredibly addictive. $9 is an insane bargain for this level of quality. Nine Kings. This is a super fresh take on deck building that focuses heavily on positioning and smart strategy. The card art looks totally slick, and the mechanics are surprisingly deep. You really have to think 3 steps ahead to crush your opponent. It's easy to learn, but takes serious brain power to master. The meta is totally wide open, so you can try all sorts of crazy decks. $10 is a great entry price for a card game this solid. Megaquarium. Managing a theme park is cool, but building a massive public aquarium is way better. You have to balance tank filters, hire staff, and make sure your fish don't eat each other. It sounds simple, but optimizing your layout gets really tricky when the crowds show up. The low-poly art style is super charming. Watching the little guests freak out over your giant sharks never gets old. For under $8, this management game is an absolute delight.